I want to start this video off by saying, if you've ever been banned or blocked by me on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Discord, anywhere I'm forgetting, that's been cleared. It's time for second chances. So this is going to be going up on Twitch and YouTube because some people only watch one or the other. But if you're following me on Twitter, you might have seen a tweet about this not too long ago. And I just want to kind of spill my soul here for a bit. And if it looks like during this video that I'm reading something, I am. I know some people think like, oh, he doesn't mean anything he's saying, he's reading something. For me, I have such a bad memory, and those of you who've been around a while know that. If I don't write it down and read pretty much word for word what I want to say, I'll forget something important. So, bear with me. But 2017 was the first year I've ever had a New Year's resolution, and that was the tweet you see on screen now, which was motivation for me to stop being so shy. I may not come across shy on video because I'm in my element, and when I'm recording or streaming, it doesn't really feel like there's an audience. Like, I know you guys are there and I'm talking to one, but it's like the difference between just being in a box and doing things or being on stage in front of a bunch of people. Being in a box and doing things that people see later, to me at the very least, is a lot less stressful than being in front of, you know, hundreds of people. Yeah, there's no pressure, and I'm extremely shy beyond this computer screen. Always have been, and it's been quite the hassle in my life. And I wanted to do something about it. I still want to do something about that. So I pinned the tweet there as a way to like force that. Like, I can't back away from it. I mean, yes, I could have deleted it, whatever, but I didn't. It's there. I pinned it. It's out in public. So I'm gonna work on it. And it's come to the end of the year, and I would say I've made some progress. Nowhere near enough that I would like to be. Like, I'm nowhere near satisfied with how things are. So it's gonna be something I have to keep working on for years to come, but progress is being made, and that's what's important to me. But that comes to my goal for this year. It's gonna be the second year ever I do a New Year's resolution. So for 2018, I want it to be about forgiveness, about positivity, and just overall being better at being a more accepting person. Something I don't really mention about myself is that I suffer from depression. I've been weighed down it the majority of my life, and as time goes on, it just worsens and worsens, and this past year was the worst it's ever been. It was severe enough and crushing enough that I've been pushed to the brink many a times, but that happening, I really desperately needed to reevaluate things in my life. This whole YouTube, Twitch content creation thing is therapeutic to me. It keeps me sane and kind of keeps me out of my own head. But this last year was starting not to be the case. My own pessimism was just kind of clouding that, and I feel like I became a pretty sour person. Like, yeah, I'm a spiteful, petty bitch. Like, I'm aware, always, and I've always pretty much been that way. But there was just this extra air of negativity kind of surrounding me and draining me this year. So for 2018, I need to change things. I'm not forcefully changing who I am necessarily. Like, I'm still gonna be me, and I'll always be me, but I want to be a better me. So I'm rolling out a complete and total wipe of all of my ban and block lists on everything. And if I forget about something, let me know, and I will wipe that as well. Because as far as I'm aware, it's Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and Discord. Don't think there's anything else for that. But that may not seem like a big deal to you, or just like, okay, well, how does that do anything? But for me, like, just the thought of it before actually doing this video, before actually going through with unbanning and unblocking everything, I've already started to feel better because I know I'm going to do it. So now that it is being done, it's gonna help me personally a lot. Like, I've always been a very, very grudging person. And, you know, I'm 23, so years of all that pent-up hatred and anger of these people that have been long in the past, I'm so grudging that they're still there. There's still, the fire is still burning for them in my head. And they've probably forgotten about me, which, because they have their life under control, you know. They have the mental state to do that. I don't. But though that many years just pent up, it needs to go. I need to get it out of my life. So taking this first step is my way of trying to absolve that, trying to get rid of that hatred as a first way to forgive. Now, I know forgiveness takes two sides, and those that I've banned may not want a second chance whatsoever. They may not accept this at all, and that's fine. I understand that, and I know that I'll know I've done my side. I'm opening myself up to say, hey, whether I banned you for good reason or not, let's start over. And if you don't want to, if the other party doesn't want to accept that, there's nothing I can change about that. There have been plenty of bans that were well deserved, and the people may not necessarily deserve a second chance. But if I make any exceptions to this unban wave, it just completely defeats the purpose, you know? So, sure, there will be people who just end up right back on that ban list. But people change. I used to be of the mindset that people didn't change. I was very, I mean, I'm still very stubborn, but I was very blunt in that thought, where it's like, yeah, if you're this kind of person, you will always be this person. And there are some circumstances where I think I still believe that, but for the most part, I do believe people change. So the people affected, they could have had a really bad day, just the one off day where they came to me maybe the first time, or they ever came to a stream or a video and just something wasn't going right with them that day, or maybe just that week, whatever, something's troubling them, and they were banned for it. Do those people deserve a second chance? Absolutely. Like, there's an amalgam of different variables for why people have been banned, whether there have been reasons that, or yeah, that's a fairly bannable offense, or admittedly, there have been people I've banned unfairly just because I didn't want to deal with them. They weren't doing anything necessarily wrong or anything, you know, breaking any of my, like, stream rules or things I, you know, have in place for YouTube, etc. They were just banned to get rid of them. And I want to change that. So I don't want to be this swirling ball of hatred anymore. So let's start off 2018 with positivity, acceptance, and forgiveness, and see where we go from here.